Ibrahima Konate must show he has what it takes to be one of Arne Slot's main men after the emergence of Jarell Quansah. From the wreckage of Liverpool's Champions League final defeat to Real Madrid, Trent Alexander-Arnold was able to salvage one major positive. Though Jurgen Klopp's side had once again been bested by their European nemesis, the monstrous performance of Ibrahima Konate in defense offered some cause for optimism. "I'm lost for words. Words can't do it justice," Alexander-Arnold said of the Frenchman's display. "We've created a bond, and he's an amazing lad. The potential he has is ridiculous. The sky is the limit." 2 years on, however, and the trajectory of Konate's career appears to have taken a turn. Having arrived at Liverpool with all the ingredients to be Virgil van Dijk's centre-back partner and long-term heir, the 25-year-old is now facing a serious battle to reclaim his starting spot in the team. The emergence of Jarell Quansah last term, coupled with Konate's checkered injury history, means new head coach Arne Slot has a big decision to make ahead of Liverpool's season opener against Ipswich Town on August 17th. Konate made 17 Premier League starts last season, though he was dropped 7 times in the Reds' last 10 league games, failing to make it off the bench in any of their last 4. The reasons for his mini-exile were myriad. Injuries had, yet again, played their part, with a string of muscle problems keeping him out of decisive games against the likes of Manchester City and Newcastle United. That opened the door for Quansah to step up and impress, with the 21-year-old excelling alongside Van Dijk, in spite of his relative inexperience. Konate's erratic form, too, swung the pendulum firmly in the favor of his younger counterpart. The Frenchman was lucky not to be sent off against Everton in October's Merseyside derby for a clumsy challenge on Beto, but he was not granted such a reprieve against Arsenal at the Emirates, where he was dismissed after picking up 2 yellow cards. Even when he wasn't flirting with the risk of suspension, the defender seemed to look a million miles away from the player who had dazzled against Real Madrid in Paris. Konate's been so poor of late, really poor, legendary Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher said after the Reds' chastening defeat to Everton back in April. Liverpool need to buy a centre-back in the summer. While a centre-back signing is yet to materialize for the Reds, Konate's place in the 11 remains in jeopardy. The defender was selected as part of France's 26-man European Championship squad. However, he didn't play a minute at the tournament, losing his place to William Saliba. Having been ahead of the Arsenal defender in the pecking order since breaking into the first team, Konate's omission spoke volumes about his recent drop-off in form. "I came with a lot of expectations. That's part of football," he told reporters ahead of France's round of 16 clash against Belgium. "I knew what my place was before the first match. It's frustrating, but I know my role on and off the field. A 100% Ibu would never have sat on the bench. I didn't play for a month and a half, but I prepared, and I almost passed out more than once. The preparation was very short. It's part of football. It was a good lesson for me." While Konate's limited game time toward the end of last term may have hampered his European ambitions, the extended holiday period he was granted following France's semi-final exit means he is already now playing catch-up with some of his clubmates. Along with Netherlands international Ryan Gravenberch, who also failed to make it off the bench at this summer's tournament, Konate arrived in Philadelphia earlier this week to begin his preseason preparations. The defender is likely to feature against Manchester United in South Carolina on Sunday, but Quansah has already stated a convincing case for his inclusion at Portman Road in a fortnight's time, having turned in excellent displays against both Real Betis and Arsenal. Sepp van den Berg, too, has looked solid in Liverpool's preseason outings and will provide Konate with further competition should the club opt to retain his services beyond next month's transfer deadline day. With Joe Gomez's future also up in the air following the revelation he was close to a £45 million switch to Newcastle earlier in the summer, it is clear Slot has plenty to ponder in regard to his backline. As France boss Didier Deschamps once said when asked about Konate's talents, "You're not a starter at that age in a Liverpool team which were European champions by accident." The sky is still the limit for defender, but, with the club set to embark on a new era under Slot, time is running out for him to fulfill his true potential at Anfield.